Kyle Neubeck said, I do think Nicholas Batum is going to be a fairly big priority for the Sixers. I would look for Batum as a likely return. And then they also said there's mutual interest between the Sixers and Kyle Lowry about the 38-year-old returning next season. The sticking point there will probably come down to money and role. I don't think that Lowry wants to be a minimum guy, if I had to guess. The Philadelphia 76ers are rumored to be mostly interested in bringing back Nicholas Batum and Kyle Lowry. Ladies and gentlemen, if this is their priority, Daryl Morey will continue to overvalue older players. He said in that end of season press conference too, he tried to basically say that age doesn't really matter that much anymore in the NBA and players can play a lot longer than they used to, etc. If the Sixers re-sign two of the oldest guys on the roster and that's their major move, like imagine they max out Paul George and they re-sign Kyle Lowry and Nicholas Batum. I don't have a good feeling about this at all. Kyle Lowry's 38. He's going to be 39. He does not have any gas left in the tank. Not only that, Nick Nurse loves him and is delusional about him, which I predicted from the jump that was going to happen. I was like, Kyle Lowry's probably going to be a starter. And people were like, he's not going to start, bro. He's going to come off the bench for like 10 minutes. He's 39 years old. And I was like, do you have any idea what Nick Nurse thinks of Kyle Lowry? And look what happened. 40 minutes a game. The guy's in the starting lineup. And we loved it for a while because he was still giving the team something that they lacked. And it was good for a long time. But what we were all missing was the fact that he's 39 and is just going to burn out, bro. And in the playoffs, you witnessed it. Kyle Lowry burned out in Game 5 and Game 6 and gave you back-to-back goose eggs and still played 40 minutes on the floor. And he's too old. He's too old. The 76ers need young athletes. Daryl Morey already did the 37-year-old PJ Tucker bullshit. The guy couldn't shoot a three because his legs are rubber, because he's 37. 37 in basketball is 100, yo. I'm frustrated about it. It just pisses me off. Because you got other NBA teams out here playing young athletes and going into the Western Conference Finals, Eastern Conference Final. The Pacers were out there because they were playing guys. Andrew Nembhard. And here are the Sixers again. You know, a dude like Ricky Council, who showed so much of what the team needs off of the bench, played 0 minutes in the playoffs. And Kyle Lowry and Nicholas Batum played 100 minutes a game until they couldn't move their legs and had to go to Cancun on a walker or a motorized wheelchair. And now they're out here. Oh, our two biggest priorities are Nicholas Batum and Kyle Lowry. Man, give me a damn break. We're getting closer to the draft and just, bro, somebody tell me why I should be excited. I want to know. Somebody please put something in the chat that would make me say, you know what, that does have me excited for what's about to happen. Jabbar, right, what's up, man? Thanks for being a member of the channel. Our team is going to be called the Retirement Home with LeBron James, Kyle Lowry, Nicholas Batum. Yeah. I keep saying, Morey, swing for the fences, right? But don't swing for the fences with a bunch of old guys. You know? That's like a baseball team full of like Ryan Howard's on the last 2 years of his contract. Remember that? Cooked. Used to be good. Now us Sixers fans know why Nick Nurse was fired. Yeah, and the thing about Sixers fans and Nick Nurse, you know me, bro. You know me. I got a clean slate with basically anybody. Any coach that comes in, any GM that comes in, they got a clean slate. I don't care what he did in the past. I'm looking at what he did in his lone season as a Sixers head coach. I liked a lot of it. I hated a lot of it. And when it came to the playoffs and the rotations, I absolutely hated it. A lot of Sixers fans don't want to say that because they don't want to be negative about a coach right away. They want to be like, listen, it was his first year. We did this, or that. He had Tobias Harris. The GM and the owner was forcing his hand to make him play Tobias, which is, I find that hard to believe too. I mean, like, what was Josh Harris doing? Did he have him did he have him tied up in a basement saying, like, play Tobias Harris in the fourth quarter of pivotal games or we're not going to let you out? Like, I don't get it. You would think Nick Nurse would have been more interested in his own reputation and legacy to try to win, to try to get the team out of that first round series than to be forced to play Tobias Harris. But a lot of Sixers fans don't want to. They don't want to do it yet. They want to say, "Listen, it was his first year, whatever," and that's fine. I'm pretty much on board with that. All I'm saying is Nick Nurse is not free of any smoke. I'll give him the smoke, bro. And he pissed me off in the playoffs. I don't care who was behind it. I don't care if he was forced to play Tobias Harris. Whatever it was, I didn't like it. So he's got a job to do this upcoming season because, what Raptors fans said to me when we hired him, it kind of looked like a little bit true in the playoffs. You know what I mean?